So I think we've probably given it enough time. I think we'll go ahead and get started. So just saying hello and welcome everybody again. Thank you for joining our webinar today to learn about our recent announcement on the minimum group size updates. Right off the bat, I just want to call out that we are recording this call today and we will be sending it out to you afterwards. So don't feel like you need to memorize what we're talking about today. We will also have a question section at the end where we'll open up your mics and you can ask questions on what we'll be going over today. So you've seen our recent announcement on the minimum group change updates and the replacement membership options called Ultrio and Ultrio Plus. We are excited to share these changes with you today and what this means for your existing clients, what these memberships are, the opportunity that this gives you to build your business in this space for this type of client. And lastly, who at Planstin you need to work with to sell and manage these clients on Ultrio and Ultrio Plus. So joining us on this call today is that team. I want to welcome Dar Reed, who is the manager of Member Gateway, where these individual memberships are enrolled and managed. So I'm now going to officially turn the time over to Dar, who's going to help present these points.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate the time, and thank you for everyone joining us on this webinar. I just wanted to give you an overview of Ultrio, a little bit about Member Gateway, answer any questions that you might have, show you a comparison, just a quick comparison about the memberships and how that relates to the current plans that people are on, that kind of thing. So as Ashley mentioned, we do have an effective 9/1, we have a new minimum group size. So we're looking for sizes of 2 or more to stay with Planstin, but if they're one member groups, they'll come over to Member Gateway and be enrolled in the Ultrio or Ultrio Plus. This will happen every month. It'll just be something that we do upon the renewal date. So this is not happening all at once, and it will mostly be done here internally with Planstin and with Member Gateway working together to make this a really easy process. So mainly what we want to do today is just give you an overview of the process, let you know what we'll be doing. There's not a whole lot that you'll be doing right now as an affiliate or as an agent, but just kind of wanted to clue you in on what's happening. So like Ashley said, Member Gateway is the organization that will handle these Ultrio memberships. They are not insurance, but they are memberships. So we don't have dental or vision. We don't have an HSA, but if those are something, things that your clients do need, there are options for that. And we can always talk about that separate from this meeting. So what is Ultrio? Ultrio is a healthcare membership that brings together 3 key services. So the primary care membership is provided by Planstin Care. The health share membership, of course, is Zion Health Share. And then the membership management is handled by a Member Gateway. So Member Gateway is a healthcare membership management platform. It's the newest division under the Planstin umbrella, and we handle the enrollments, we handle billing, collections. If there are changes in the membership type, those are all things that we can help the member do. So we are here always to help you as the affiliate, always help the members as well. So what does this mean for members? So as their renewal date comes around, every member will receive a letter informing them that their health plan will be transitioning to Member Gateway, the discontinuation of their dental and vision benefits, any rate changes if applicable. Those that are currently enrolled on the preventive HSA will be moved to the Ultrio membership, and those who are on the preventive copay will automatically be moved to the Ultrio Plus membership. But I should say that we will have benefit specialists speaking with these members, educating these members, answering questions. If during the conversation they feel like, you know what, typically you would be enrolled in the Ultrio membership, but I think the Ultrio Plus membership would be a better fit. Those are things that we can facilitate and talk about on that call. So moving to Ultrio will result in improved access to many healthcare services. There's better telehealth through virtual primary care, added virtual mental health, and that's a huge component right now, better prescription benefits, integrated care coordination and patient advocacy, and like I mentioned before, HSA administration is not available through Ultrio, but we always have the continued access to Zion Health Share medical cost sharing. So these next two slides, I just want to give you kind of a brief overview of how the HSA plan and how the copay plan compares to the Ultrio and the Ultrio Plus just visually. And I think if you'll take a look at this, we've really tried to correlate what they're currently on and make this tailor-made to what they need. So the Ultrio and the Ultrio Plus, if you look at all these green checks, there's really a great coordination there, and even additional mental health and care coordination services that were not there before. So what does this mean for you as the agent? Right now, if you are interested in selling Ultrio to one-member groups in the future, please give me a call. There's my phone number and my email. We'll set up a call and talk about Ultrio, talk about Member Gateway. I can send you an agreement. We just want to get that affiliation set up if that's something that a new tool that you want to add to your tool belt. And then, of course, just learn about the Ultrio and the Ultrio Plus memberships, just knowing what to say to your members as they have questions. So if you go to ultriomembership.com, there's information about Ultrio and Ultrio Plus. There's flyers on there. There's all kinds of information that will be very helpful to you as the agent.
I just want to say one thing there too, Dar.
Yeah.
You guys should already have this information on the agent team has emailed each of you that has existing members where this would be applicable, and Dar's contact information. So, I mean, what you need to do here is you do need to reach out to Dar. You do need to get set up with her so that your clients that we are moving over for you can still be tied to you. Like she had mentioned, we're going to be taking care of all of that heavy legwork for you, but we just want you to still be tied to your client. So in order for you to do that, you need to be set up as an affiliate with the Member Gateway team with DAR.
Yep, that's a great point. Thanks, Ashley. So the key takeaways from our discussion today, just talking about the new group minimum, that it's going to be an ongoing process. So every month we'll have, a list of people who are just one members, and they will be moved over to Member Gateway. If you need dental and vision, that's something that we can coordinate with you outside of Member Gateway. Those who are on the copay plan will be moved to the Ultrio Plus. Those who are on the HSA will be moved to Ultrio. But again, we'll have benefit specialists speaking with them about all of this and educating and answering questions.
And one other thing there, just confirming that this only applies to those members who are one-person groups now. Mm-hmm. And if you reach out to those clients and their actual companies, they can enroll more employees and still stay on the MEC plan. We just updated that requirement to be 2 or more to stay with the MEC plan. And again, this only applies with those that are one person moving over to these Ultrio memberships. You can obviously still sell the MEC plan to regular employer groups 2 or plus.
Okay. And then just before we end, I just wanted to throw a little notice at the Hawaiian vacation. So a lot of you have seen this Maui is Calling flyer. We are still tracking points there. If you earn 150 points, you've earned your way to Hawaii. Member Gateway is doing this as well. So all the points that you've earned with Planstin, we will just continue adding to those with Member Gateway, with new enrollments that are coming through. So just wanted to remind you of this opportunity, and hopefully you're well on your way to earning that trip. So I just wanted to open it up to any questions that you have. We're both here to answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah, let me turn the mics on. Okay, I believe you should all be able to chime in and ask any questions here. So Lucy has put in the chat, can we go back to the slide on the copay comparison? We're going to be sending out a comparison chart along with this recording after. So we'll be sure you guys have all the information that you need. And again, if you become affiliated with Dar's team. She's going to send you all the information you need to know on Ultrio and all of these details and all the access that you need there. So, and then Eric, looks like you have a question.
Yeah, just I guess I have a client that is interested in the HSA, so maybe you can talk to me about that some other time. But is there a solution? She is a single person. I mean, she, single person business. But yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, so the HSA, we don't have that at Member Gateway, but is that something that they are able to do just through Planstin still? Ashley, do you know how that works?
Hey, I'll jump in real quick here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think what's been shared is, the HSA is going to be part of, you have to pair that with a high deductible health plan. Of course, the HSA mech that we have qualifies for that, but you do need to have two people for that. So if you've got an individual who is really kind of, I'll use the term bent on the HSA, we can work with you and white glove an approach to get them something on the marketplace, but it's going to be a traditional plan on the HSA on the marketplace, right? And so that's certainly going to cost them more. And so I often like to ask customers, hey, what is it about that that's important? If you're saving 40, 50 bucks in taxes, I don't want to minimize that. But if you're saving much more than that on a healthcare product, is that worth it to you? So I think it's just worth making sure you understand what their goals are and their impact. Interestingly enough, when we look at our population of customers that have the HSA mech, it's under 10% that actually use it or contribute to it, right? So most of these customers aren't going to be concerned about that. We've already tested this product with our customers that are these one-person groups with the HSA mech, and for the most part, it's been received really, really well. But you do run into the occasional customer who's going to say, "Hey, well, I like my HSA. I do contribute, $300 or $400 a month into it or whatever, right?" And so, of course, they're not going to lose that money. They still get that money that's on the card. They can still use that for their health care. A lot of them will use that and save that for some sort of large event, which they can still use, and if they've got some sort of health share IUA that they need to spend it on, right? So it's just really important to talk through and understand their needs and what do they really need it for, and help shift the conversation around that. I don't know if that's helpful, but hopefully it is.
Thanks, Derek.
Hi, this
Yeah, that
is
helps.
Lucy.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Lucy. I just have a quick question. When I was looking at the flyers on your site, it doesn't say anything, unless I missed it, about the Zion Health Share being part of the Ultrio.
Oh, it's on the,
Ultrio.
let's see if I might be able to pull it up here for you. Hang on.
And then really the only thing it's missing, I'll ask another question on the copay, is that it doesn't cover like your x-rays, MRIs, from what I can tell.
Yeah, no, that's right. So the x-rays and the MRIs typically we found are associated with something that's going to be kind of a larger event anyway. So that can be something that if it leads to, expenses that are going to be higher than their IUA, that'll just kind of be looped in with their Zion membership at that point. They'd still need to pay their IUA. But the Ultrio membership, the part of it that is the health share is still Zion Health Share. So I do want to also call out that your members that have Zion Health Share now are going to keep that health share, and we're just going to move that right on over to Ultrio where there is still Zion Health Share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I do have that up here. And so if you go to the ultriomembership.com website that we mentioned before, you can, it'll tell you all the different parts of the plan. And it actually, if you scroll down, it'll talk about each part of it. Why choose Ultrio? There's a comparison here. There's some flyers here on Planstin, member guidelines, and there's also a pricing tool down here at the bottom, which is really helpful. So if you are looking to give somebody an exact price of what it would cost based on their age, based on, you know, whether it's an employee only or employee spouse, and then of course their IUA amount, all of this is really helpful too as far as the tool goes. So there's a lot of
Okay.
information on this ultriomembership.com website. Great question.
And do you have a one page that we can give out to our employer group that is small that we have to move over on? Here's the steps that you have to do.
I believe that we have one that's being made right now. I don't have one right now, but I think they're working on one right now.
Okay. So in the meantime, do we
In the
have them
meantime,
just
yeah, we've
call
just been
you?
sharing this link. We've been showing them this link for ultriomembership.com. And then as you become an affiliate, you'll have your own customized link. So like if you have somebody that is brand new, they're not currently on any Ultrio or any group plan. If you do want to become affiliated with Member Gateway, I'll set you up into Member Gateway. You'll have your own enrollment link that will tie you and that member together.
We do. And
okay.
when we push our client over, will the old information still stay and it's transferred over to this new membership so they don't have to enter it again, or do they?
Yeah, that's correct. They shouldn't
yeah.
have to enter anything again. So
Yeah.
we're taking care of all the work behind the scenes to integrate with Member Gateway and make sure everything's transferable. So it should be pretty easy peasy for you guys.
Okay, yeah, because
also,
for them to, if
yeah.
they had to go collect all the information, get it ready, make sure it's there while they re-enter everything versus having it automatically be there from the transfer. So that's good.
Also, I know you said this was a small group. And I know this has been said, but just a reminder, I think Ashley hit on this earlier. If they've got two, another employee they can add, if they've got 2+ employees, then they can still remain on the current plan with the group product with Planstin Administration Direct.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. We have people that have maybe 3 employees on it and they might lose 2 employees and they're going to hire people back. What happens if they are current? Then we have to flip them back. Then they add new employees that go above the 2. How do you guys handle that situation?
So every year we'll reevaluate at their renewal. So if at their renewal they only have 1 employee, we'll be advising them of the move to the Ultrio product, unless, of course, if someone flags and says, "Hey, no, I'm actually adding 2 employees that I just hired, or adding an employee," as long as you flag that for us, we can keep them on the product. That's not a problem.
Okay, because yeah, going back and forth is kind of not good for you or for the client.
That's right.
Okay.
I have a question. This is Denny. Back when you were showing the little pricing model, I didn't see anything to take into account a tobacco user.
There is a $50 charge for a tobacco user. So it's just
Okay.
automatically, as they enroll, it'll just say, are you a tobacco user? Yes or no.
Okay.
Yep. Good question.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good question. Yep. You got it. Any other questions? These are great.
Are we going into how the Planstin works with the copays? I was talking to Jeff earlier, and I'm just trying to get a clarification on how those work at a primary care doctor or specialist, or the pharmacy benefit. Since there's no card per se, how does that work out? Like if somebody gets sick, they're at the house, they want to go to their primary care doctor. How can you take us to the process from start to finish on that?
Okay. So, and Derek, I'll start a little bit, but if you want to add to this, feel free. So their first contact would be the Planstin Care, but they're just finishing up an app right now that will coordinate all of that. So there's not going to be a card per se, but there will be an app where they can have a portal. But they would reach out to Planstin Care, who would at that point talk about the needs. They could coordinate the patient care at that point, whether they need a specialist visit, additional lab work, that kind of thing. The copay would be paid to Planstin Care itself, but then that that advocacy and coordination would be happening on that level at Primeston Care. That's what I understand.
Yeah, and I think it's probably worth calling out that there's two different products here that we're talking about, right? There's the Ultrio and the Ultrio Plus, and the level of care within those are different, right? So if
Yeah.
they're on the Ultrio product, which is more comparable or replacement for the HSA mech and Zion offering, that's going to be, to the point Dar made, that's going to be exclusively through the app or telephone, right? They're going to get all their mental health care, all their virtual visits through that. If it is on the Ultrio Plus, I think kind of Dar hit on this. You'll still start there as a starting point, but they'll coordinate the care for you on whatever it is that you need, and so you can live anywhere in the U.S. and be taken care of from that perspective. I myself have used this app twice in the last, I guess, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, unfortunately, maybe, but it's been very effective, very helpful. The care is great, and the response is great. So not a problem. What's also interesting there is they help coordinate the care because they know the type of benefits you have, so they can guide the customer where they need to go and what they need to do and how they're going to pay and what that's taken care of. But for the co-pays, just to be super clear, they're paying that co-pay directly to Primeston, and Primeston's coordinating the care behind the scenes with all the providers. So that's pretty simple, actually. You mentioned the RX. There is an upgraded RX for this product through Zion RX, and customers can get everything they need through that, which is pretty incredible. This will largely be an upgrade on the prescription side for most customers, and we can talk more about that perhaps offline if we need to, but it's worth noting that the customers can go on, look and see how much the price is going to be if they need to, order 90-day prescriptions if they need to, print a card and take it to a local pharmacy if they want, depending on what it is. There's also coordination for the more expensive drugs that'll be imported through Canada or wherever it may be, so that your more specialty drugs can come in at a much lower price point. And so this is definitely an upgrade on that side, especially for the HSA customers.
This is Denny again. So my current one-person group with the Planstin preventative copay, it mentioned, so in the current plan, they're advised to use the PHCS multi-plan network to get the $20 copay for primary care. So with the switchover, still using multi-plan or what?
No, that's the beauty. That's part of the upgrade, is they can go anywhere they want.
Okay. So with the new plan, they can go anywhere they want, but they have to,
they're still going to get that coordinated through Primeston Care, right?
Okay. So here's my concern, or question. A member wakes up at 7 in the morning, not feeling well, to the point where, they're throwing up, something's going on, they want to go see their doctor. So they call the Care Connect person. How quickly, so my doctor office opens at 8. How quickly, if I have to call the Care Connect people first, how quickly will they say, okay, Danny, go ahead and go to your doctor?
Yeah, that was my concern too.
And are you all going to try to talk that member out of going to see the doctor and try to treat it all virtual?
Well, Primeston Care will certainly see if they can assist the customer directly themselves. That's part of the benefit. But if they need to, they'll send that person right on their way to where they need to go. So the service will be 24/7. So, they can call at 7:30 in the morning if they need to, and that's not going to be a problem. So I wouldn't be concerned from that perspective.
Well, it is concerning because the literature that we show the clients show that they have unlimited visits to a primary care doctor, right? But yet they've got to go through a process to get approval to go see that doctor.
Mhm.
That's my only concern is there's going to be a delay in getting that person to their doctor if they truly want to go to their doctor. So I'd say the Care Connect person sees the need that this person does in fact need to go see their primary care doctor face to face. And they tell the member, you can head on over. Is the Care Connect calling that doctor's office, letting them know I'm coming over?
Yeah, usually that's the case. They'll call. They're also they're doing that as part of their coordination behind the scenes, because they're also coordinating all the payment and taking care of everything there, so the customer shows up and doesn't have to worry about anything.
Okay. I mean, I'm certainly going to encourage my one group to transition over, and we'll see how it works. The only reason I'm questioning this is there's another organization out there, and to be fair and polite, I won't mention their name, but they have a very, 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 very similar process where the member calls the Care Connect person first. And this other company will fight tooth and nail to keep you from going to see your doctor. And a lot of my members have left that plan because they find it difficult to use.
No, I don't think that's kind of what this is about. I think this is about making sure that we've got all their contracts set behind the scenes and everything's taken care of from a payment perspective with their doctor, right? So, this was Dennis, right?
Yeah.
Dennis, if I were in your shoes, what I would do is just make sure when your customer starts in October on this product, or whenever it is that they're, transitioning, that they go ahead and give a call to Primeston if they've got a primary doctor that they're already using, and make sure that they're all, set up already in advance, right? So that'd probably
Okay,
that's probably the first step. Yeah.
Good point. I always encourage that, don't wait until you're sick to make that first call. Let us know who your doctor is.
So in that case, do they have to, once they set it up and they do need to go to their doctor in the future, they still have to call Planstin still ahead of time to coordinate that they're going? Or because the billing's handled and all set up, that they can go when they need to?
Yeah, we still want them to give a call, right? And again, sounds like we're talking about the Ultrio Plus plan right now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we still want them to
Correct.
call so that they can still coordinate everything behind the scenes. And even though they might have contracts in place with providers, you want them to make sure that they've triggered everything that they need to trigger behind the scenes to make sure the provider's getting paid, appointments set up, that kind of thing. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And that the hours to call are just business hours or 24/7?
Yeah, let us get back to you on that. It is going to be 24/7. I believe it's 24/7 now, or will be soon, but we'll follow up and confirm with you offline.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, very good.
Hey, what?
Like I said, I'm certainly gonna, port my clients over, and then we'll hopefully it'll all work out. So thanks for doing this call and giving us a peek behind the curtains.
Absolutely.
Hey, Derek, real quick, if the primary care doctor says, hey, I need to send you to a specialist, and how does that work? Is that another phone call that we have to make to, or the consumer has to make to Primeston, to say, hey, and now I need to go see a specialist, and so I'm wondering how that whole process looks, because these are questions that my potential customers are going to ask. I mean, these are all things that they think of ahead of time. So
Yeah, I know we're at time. Dar, can you follow up, or Ashley, with, I think this was John?
this is Mark Perkins.
Oh, Mark. Sorry, Mark Perkins. Can we make a note of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, we'll follow up with you directly on that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, yeah, to Derek's point, that is time. We really appreciate you guys joining today and look for this recording so that you have that. And please, like we said, reach out to Dar so that you can become affiliated with her and receive your own custom affiliate links, and you can start selling Ultrio and Ultrio Plus to any future clients that you're talking to.
Yeah, and we do want to answer all your questions, so feel free to email them over or reach out to Dar like we talked about. We'll make sure you're squared away so that you feel comfortable and confident.
Yep. Thank you all.
Perfect.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thanks.